welcome to Layers of Living Water. I'm so glad that you have joined me today. Today I'm going to share with you a story called Dead in the Water. Now when you first hear that, you might think, oh no, it's going to be a gruesome story. But actually it's a kind of funny little story and a lot of life lessons that we can learn to help us. So here we go. One day there was a man out fishing. This particular day he had decided, well, I'm going to fish with live bait. So all he took with him was his fishing pole, some hooks, and some live bait. And on this particular day, the fish were winning because they were getting the bait and not getting caught. Well, if you ever fish, you know sometimes that's the way things go. And the fish were surely winning that day. So the guy fished and fished till all of a sudden he had no more bait. He said, man, what am I going to do? It's still early. I have no bait. So let me feel around the boat and see what I can find. So he began to feel around the boat. All of a sudden, something rubbed up against his hand. He stopped and he said, hey, there's not supposed to be anything in this boat but me. And there's something in there. So slowly his eyes looked down. There was a water snake in the boat. And the water snake happened to have a frog in its mouth. Well, you can imagine for a moment the guy froze, said, what if that snake lets that frog go and decides he wants to bite me? He said, I better do something quickly to handle this situation. So slowly he began to feel around the boat to see what he could find. Maybe I could find a bag, he said, to put over the snake's head. Maybe I can find something to tie the snake's mouth shut, slip that frog out and have some bait. He didn't know for sure what he was going to do, but he had to deal with what he had on hand in the boat. So he began to look around and he saw an old bottle of cough medicine. He said, well, I don't know if this is going to work, but maybe I can pour some down the snake's throat and it'll stun him, and then I can throw him over and everything will be fine. And guess what? That's what he did. He got the frog, he poured a little of the cough medicine in the snake's mouth. The snake's eyes rolled back, kind of stunned the snake. He threw it in the water. Then he went back to fishing, not thinking about it. He was sitting there fishing. All of a sudden, once again, he felt something rubbing on his leg. He said, I cannot believe this. There's not supposed to be anything in the boat. Maybe there was another snake in the boat. But guess what? This time when he looked down, that snake had gotten back in the boat, but this time had two frogs in his mouth. Now that seems kind of funny, but guess what happened? The snake, whatever that cough medicine did to him, he wanted some more of that. And so you see, my friend, number one, that snake should not have been in the boat because the fisherman was able to take his meal and use it to fish with. You may find yourself somewhere that you really shouldn't be, and you may go there a couple times. That snake may have gotten in the boat numerous times. But on this particular day, the fisherman was there, and the fisherman needed that frog. So my friend, if you're going places where you don't belong, all of a sudden you will find out that somebody could take advantage of you, just like he did with the snake. And then, as happens in life, whatever the snake felt, who knows, from the cough medicine, he wanted some more of it. So he came and brought the fisherman two frogs, so the fisherman would give him some more cough medicine. And the fisherman said, hey, he brought me some more bait. I guess he wants some more cough medicine. So he gave him some more cough medicine, threw him back in the water. He had some more bait. He went back to fishing. All of a sudden, unfortunately, he saw the snake floating to the top. The snake was dead in the water. But my friend, just as you and I in life, if you're doing things you should not be doing, if you're involved in places that you should not be involved with, all of a sudden you're going to find yourself in a position. You might even say, hey, what I'm doing feels really good. What I'm doing feels wonderful. I'm going to go back and have some more. But all of a sudden, just as the snake, what he thought was for good ended up causing him to be dead in the water. So today, my friend, Wherever you are, whatever you're going through, whatever's going on, remember these things. Number one, use what you have around about you. The fisherman didn't know what to do, but then he began to think, what do I have in the boat? Some of you may be waiting to do something in your life. Some of you may be thinking, oh, if I just had this, or if I just had that, then I would be okay. But the reality is what we need to do is to use what is in our hands' grasp. Use what you have to deal with where you are in life, as the fisherman did. And if you look at it from the snake's perspective, don't be places you don't belong. Don't put yourself in situations where you shouldn't be, even if it feels good. And you say, I really want to go back and do that again. The snake went back, and the snake even brought greater 2 frogs for the fisherman. But this time, it cost the snake his life. This time, the snake ended up dead in the water. So my friend, I urge you today, and you know this in your spirit, you know when you're doing things you shouldn't be doing. You know when you're going places you shouldn't be going. You may justify with yourself, yeah, it's okay, it feels good, it's all right, and you know it's not. Don't be like that snake today. Don't put yourself in positions where you shouldn't be. Don't put yourself in a position where people can do things that will end up causing you to be dead in the water. Are you going to die? Probably you won't die, but you end up being dead in the water, not being able to do what you're capable of doing, not being able to accomplish the things that you should be accomplishing. Why? Because you simply made the wrong decision. That's simple. So today I urge you, my friend, so much we can learn. Number one, use what you have in your hands. Use what is available to you, just as the fisherman did. He didn't know exactly what that cough syrup was going to do, but it was all he had. So he tried it, and guess what? It worked for him. Use what you have round about you. Use what God has given you and placed in your hands. Move forward and try to do something. Don't say, if only I had this, or if I had more money, or if I could only have this, everything would be okay. Start where you are. Start moving. And just like the fisherman, he didn't get bit by the snake. He was able to move the snake out of his life. You, my friend, can be able to move forward. You can be able to do things if you start with what you have in your boat. If you start with what is in your life. If you look at it from the snake's perspective, stop, stop, stop. Don't do things you should not be doing. Don't go places you should not be going, because you know inside of you that you should not be doing it. There's some of you today, I can sense you're saying, yes, but it feels good. I want to go back and do it again. I want to pay that debt to have that feeling. But my friend, if you do it, you might end up like the snake, dead in the water, dead in your position, unable to accomplish the things that you want to do, unable to move forward in life, unable to find that true happiness that is out there for you. So today I urge you, my friend, listen to the story, pay attention, and don't cause yourself to be dead in the water.